Timothy Cunningham here. You want to see how I currently stretch my canvases? Today we're going to create stretcher bars. We're going to stretch out old canvases from paintings that need to just be tightened up. Also, this trick can be used on new canvases for brand new paintings. Let's try to save you some money. Let's start with taking a look at these pieces. Now this client that I have, they went on a trip to Africa, a second trip to Ghana, I think. And they came back with this artwork. And they got several pieces. I think we got 5 here. They want this stuff stretched out on stretcher bars. Looks like it was stretched out on stretcher bars. I know the big one was, I'll show you in a sec. You can see the staple marks. And they want to hang this stuff. They want to get it hung. So this artist is called Mr. T. Never heard of this guy, of course. I don't live in Ghana. I don't know everybody around the world, but his work is amazing. Yeah, you can see the corner. It was on something. Yeah, you can see where it was. It was on something. Yeah, I love it. Look at that stuff. Yeah, it looks like he did a difference. Nah, his paint bled through. So this may not be acrylic. It may be mixed medium. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Mr. T, huh? Well, Mr. T, you got it going on, bro. I'll tell you that. Now take a look at the big one. This one, it's about 4 foot by 5 foot, I would say. Gorgeous. Ballerina taking a bow. Same thing. They glued Mr. T here. He glued fabric to the canvas. So I'm gonna have to be careful of that while I'm stretching. I don't know what type of glue he used. I would use a 3M glue that's more rubbery, so it will stretch with the fabric. There is no telling if he did Mod Podge or anything like that, because that would help also. If it was Mod Podge, it'll be more flexible. Gorgeous work. I love it. So let's get this stuff stretched. I'm gonna post it here. I want to get my measurements for my stretcher bars. And you want to get the visible area of the piece that you want to be where the corner, you know, the area that's going to be on the front facing profile. Number 1, number 2, and we got medium. We got number 1, number 2. So none of these were straight, and none of them were the same as the other one. But it's all good. We can do custom. That's why they came to me. Now, let's go to the shop and cut some sticks. Man, I've been loving this Osmo Pocket 3 camera. I've been learning all the cool little shortcuts because I make a lot of mistakes when I'm trying to do all this. All right, let's get marking. Let's get to marking. My numbers are 7 3/4, 16 3/4. All right. What I always mess up is the inside dimension or the outside dimension. These points meet at the outside dimension. Once you put these together at a 45-degree angle, at a 90-degree angle, that's the outside dimension. That's my 7 3/4. These two right here, boom, outside dimension. I will mess this up on camera a whole lot. Even without the camera, I mess this up. I will mark it to the inside dimension sometimes on accident and make that cut. Right now I'm doing outside dimension. When I'm doing frames, when I'm doing a frame, that is, I measure the canvas, the outside dimension of the canvas, and I use that as the ID of the frame, the inside dimension. And I didn't think about, I want to put some braces on these. I guess I'll use the scraps from these to do their own braces, and I'll use the scraps from these to make braces for the 1x1s. I like to do corner braces, you know, like the shape of this. So yeah. The smaller canvases don't need a brace inside the corners, but they do need wood glue and fasteners. And I want to go with staples for the fasteners. So let me check my staple gun. Where is that? Staple gun, there it is. Let's make sure it can. I want staples, I don't want nails. Take these out. If this is the right stuff. I think staples go like that instead. Guess I can't fit a full clip. I think this machine will shoot them like that. We're about to find out. Yeah. All right, let me help walk you through how I lay these out. First, I like to just organize them tops and bottoms and then braces. And I don't glue them and brace them right away. I dry fit them. I get my clamps ready, wood glue, fasteners, all of that's about to happen. I go ahead and spread some wood glue on each joint, all of them, before I even start to piece it and fasten it together. I like to brush it on with an old crusty paintbrush because I can rinse it out with water. If I don't have a paintbrush, you already know, just gonna use the tip of my finger. Let's talk a little bit about these clamps. I need to upgrade from these clamps to some even more quantity of them and some better ones, some more bulkier ones. These are my first ever miter joint clamps. I've been using them for probably 8 years. I love them. They do the job, but it is time to level up. I got them on Amazon. Half of them I got them at Lowe's. I just get them wherever I can find them. I'm sure I've seen a million types of these online and at Lowe's and Home Depot, so it's time. It's time. With this type of wood, this is the cheapest pine you can get, almost rough cut from Home Depot. You want to drill pilots. The fastener will bust the wood, make it split, which gives you other problems. I mean, you can still do this, but it'll be a crappy corner and it won't last. Also, to be deformed, you'll be able to see it when you wrap the canvas around it. Then I got my trusty old 15-year-old finishing nail gun, which I use staples and nails with. On this piece, I used staples. If you notice, I want to point out something very important here. I lifted that brace up to the top of the frame because the canvas will go on the bottom face. If you feel me, that way you cannot see those braces against the back of the canvas. Then I give it a quick little sand down around my corners so it doesn't tear the canvas when I start pulling and stretching on it. Now let's go ahead and clean up for two reasons. Number one, so I don't get in trouble by Marissa. I do my large projects out in the flex room. It's just a little bigger than what the studio can handle, and she allows it, and I appreciate that. So I make sure I clean up behind myself very well. Another reason, get rid of the excess wood glue. Another tool that I've bought probably 15 years ago is this little spring-loaded stapler. I bought it specifically for canvases, and it works. I use it to staple the canvas around the back side of the stretcher bars. I don't have some crazy science to show you about wrapping the canvas around the back and stretching it. It hurts your knuckles, it hurts your fingers. What I did was make sure I left the visible painting space on the front. I checked all the way around to make sure before I started pulling this tight. I do one side versus the other first. I don't go in a circle or clockwise or counterclockwise. I go across. That way I can pull it tight. So I started with the left, went to the right, went to the top and bottom, and I can just look for wrinkles and things like that. I'm just pulling as tight as I can with my hands. The way I do my corners is not a science either. I do it like a Christmas present or a birthday gift or anything else. So take the pressure off when you're doing these types of projects and getting your work done. I didn't go to an art college, and it's obvious, but there's a whole lot of ways to skin a cat. And instead of grabbing a hammer, let's grab the closest thing to me, the canvas stretching tool. One of my signature moves that you'll see me do often on the backside of a canvas is to rub water into it. If this is a canvas that's made out of cotton. I don't know what this one was made out of. It almost felt like nylon, but the water did help it tighten up. Back in the studio, let's lay out some clamps and get some of these small ones going on top of this table. I had 5 pieces to do total. We had 4 small ones to make happen. Same process as the larger one. You just dry fit your pieces. I didn't do any braces for the smaller ones. wood glue at the corners, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the stapler to use fasteners on the corners. I probably should not have been holding that stapler like that. Those staples are more than an inch long, and if one of them went crooked, that'd be an easy trip to the emergency room. So I wouldn't hold it. I would go ahead and lay something heavy on top, or clamp it down in a vise, or clamp it down to the tabletop. Don't try this at home. The key here was to make sure that I'm laying these stretcher bars down on the visible space of the painting. He stopped painting somewhere close to the edge of the canvas. He didn't leave me much to stretch this on stretcher bars. I don't know if he had these small ones stretched. I'm sure the big one was stretched, but these ones I had to be super careful. You can't see what's going on the front side of the canvas, so you have to roll it over and kind of see, am I covering painting space? And are the figurines that he painted on these still standing straight up? Or am I about to stretch this and it's at a tilt or something like that? So that's what you want to be aware of when you're stretching pre-existing paintings. If you're doing a brand new canvas, that's the easiest. You could just stretch it, cut off the excess, and you're ready to go. Something I always do is go back with a hammer and make sure that that little spring-loaded stapler, that the staples get sent all the way home, especially at the corners where I fold it over and wrap the canvas. I want to make sure that those staples don't stand out, scratch people's walls, and that it looks professional, you know. So I'm not going to show all 4 of the small ones, but here's one of the smallest ones. It gets a little tougher to do these as you get smaller. I would have had to go down in the wood size if these canvases had to come out any smaller than this. The corners would just be too tight. And the whole family is done. I am completely proud of my work, and I'm just ecstatic to see the customer's reaction to these, man. Look at this. Now those came out beautiful. I love them. Mr. T, I got to figure out who you are. These are amazing pieces. The concepts, the effort with the fabrics, the creativity. I made sure not to put a lot of water on the back of this one. You saw that I wet this one a little bit. What that does is it wets the fabric. If it is a cotton canvas, it will shrink, okay? So you want to kind of wet the large ones to make them shrink. It's hard to pull those ones tight. I didn't want to pull too tight with the tool. That tool I have is, I don't know. I'm not all the way convinced yet, but it does pull tight. My hands are hurting right now from doing it without the tool. I could have pulled it so tight that the fabric would start to pop off the canvas. So I didn't want to like have to cause more work for myself. I can go in and repair it, but you don't want to paint on top of Mr. T's stuff. You don't want to go in and do artwork on top of Mr. T's artwork. So Mr. T, shout out to you, man. Excellent work. And to the client, I'm happy. I'm happy you chose me to bring these canvases to life. And that wore me out. I did this all in one evening. Well, one day. The showcase is coming up, Greenville Through a Lens. I want to be scot-free. No more commissions, no more work being accepted. I just want to start working on the showcase. So that's the main reason I wanted to get this one out to the client. Now, hopefully you see that the process can be forgiving. Hopefully you see how I do stretcher bars and stretching the canvas on the stretcher bar with staples, nail guns, hammers, screws, anything can be used. It's whatever you want to use, whatever is really gonna do the job. I like to use wood glue in the joints. It does form a tight bond. It's actually stronger than fasteners. I add the fasteners because I can move faster with assembly, if you get what I mean. So I added the fasteners only, but I could have left them in those clamps overnight and let them dry and have no fasteners. But why? I like to stick some fasteners in there so I could go ahead and stretch the canvas right now. To each its own. People have a million ways of doing it. People are gonna be mad that I put actual screws into the stretcher bars instead of, what do you call those things? Those little wood pieces, those keys and things like that. Well, you know, we all do it the way we do it. I've been doing paintings like none of my canvases have fallen apart and none of them can you see a fastener. I would not do that in framework. I only do that in stretcher bars and canvas work because it's hidden. It's, you know, you can't see it. You don't know what's holding it together. And with those 2.5-inch screws that I used, those have proven over my 25 years to work. And they hold tight and they're long, so they give it a lot of structure and rigidity. So I use them. Those staples are pretty long. Those are 1-inch staples and they do the trick on small canvases and on the braces for the large canvas. So I've been using them. So hopefully you can mix these tricks into your toolbox. I'm happy to offer whatever I can offer, man. You know, it's all about being resourceful as an artist. You got to use what you got. You know, I haven't met a rich artist yet. Let's put it like that. Haven't met one yet. I know they exist, but I ain't met one yet. So we're all resourceful. Being an artpreneur is all about using what you got, man. So let's see what the client feels and thinks about this.
The only individual that we knew we could trust
That's
with
right.
our artwork that we got from Ghana was none other than Brother Cunningham.
That's right.
I'm telling you, we're excited about it. We wanted to flip over our house, so we got artwork we had to bring from Ghana over back to the U.S. And the only person we trust.
Studio, man, come on in the studio.
Oh,
I was in here day trading.
you know what time it is?
Mm-hmm.
Man, oh, this is beautiful, bro. This is where the magic happens. Man, look at it, man. I gotta take a picture of that. Oh, man.
Show them what's up, man.
Wow. Man, this is beautiful. And this is going to be the focal point of interest into our house. And the sad part, not the sad part, for us, for me, we're going back to Africa in January.
You gonna come back with Mo?
And we're going to South Africa this time.
Y'all gonna come back with
Man, you know it. Okay.
What drove y'all to grab these ones? What?
Brother,
Yeah, what's up with it?
the story goes, this is not the actual paintings that we originally got when we got to the market.
It's not?
No. So we were carrying it. We went to this beach polo club, and I set my book bag down that had all the road.
So y'all was coastal?
Yes. So we ended up setting it down, did horseback riding.
Yeah.
I mean, beach club. Anybody know about Ghana Polo Beach Club? It's a vibe. So we set it down. As we got ready to go up, the bag was gone. Somebody had grabbed the bag.
Oh.
So Jill sad. I already know it's my fault. So
I bet she was crying.
Oh, she was sad. But what was so beautiful, it was my opportunity to say, nah, I ain't gonna let you blame it on nobody else. But it was me.
It was you.
So I was being honest with her. So we ended up going back to the marketplace the next day and let them know. And they was like, hey, we love y'all, but ain't nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
So these paintings, this was the first one that came out to us because this one showed just a sense of gratitude. Anybody that know me and Jill, we're big on gratitude. Like it showed humility, it showed grace, and we knew we wanted this picture to be the focal point in our as you enter into our house. These small ones, we wanted to flip over them like my son's room. So a lot of the warriors and things like that, we wanted to create this energy. For us, energy is everything. We believe that in paintings, music, everything, it carries a certain energy. Yeah, say no more.
But yeah, this Marine Corps brother right here. You know, we met a few years ago. We are probably saying I went Marine Corps 01 to 05.
Yep, I was 2000 to 2005.
Yep, so we went to Iraq same time.
Yep.
OIF 1. So we just met here in the upstate, man. And I appreciate y'all picking me out.
Man,
for this, man.
Truly an honor, man.
So that's it. They loved them. And that's, I didn't know it was so much attached to that artwork that I just touched. Mr. T, I really appreciate working on your work, man. Try not to pull too tight on those pieces, as you can see. I don't know what kind of canvas that was. It seems like it had gesso on the back and the front. It was tough for me. It was new for me to work with, so I was delicate, especially with that big one. I'll make sure to tag Mr. T down below for everyone. Go look at his work. I know I will. Go buy a piece of work. I'm sure he ships to the US. Anything I can add to my toolbox, I'm open to criticism. I'm open to advice. Drop it down in the comments. I love it. And it is really on to the next one.